say that 2024, despite being a very, very challenging market because of high interest rates and the lack of availability of financing and not so much volume in the market, we did an amazing job. And here is basically the results of how we closed the year. When I stood here, not here but in the other location, last year's holiday party / awards banquet, we were about to close probably a couple weeks after that, or 3 weeks after that, the Florida property. So I'll count that as one of our accomplishments in the past 12 months. We broke into Florida finally after 3 years of trying. So we closed a $66 million deal in Tampa, a building we love very much. Thank you, Denise and the team for a great job you do with that property. Recently, a month ago, while I was in Miami with my wife at a longevity and health program, we closed the first leg of our second New Jersey property called My Place in Mount Holly, 108 units. So now we have 2 properties in New Jersey, and the third one will close, God willing, the end of first quarter 2025. Besides that, we completed 3 sales. We completed 7 refinances, and the total dollar volume in terms of refinances, sales, and purchases was a whopping $200 million in activity. That's a big number for a company our size in such a challenging market. Most people I know did absolutely nothing for 23 and 24. And we want to really ramp that up in 2025. We have a lot of exciting plans for 2025, but one of the things that we're going to be emphasizing for 2025 is a get well, get fit, healthy longevity program for all of our people in the company. We want everyone not to get sick. We want everyone not to have hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, any of this stuff. And we recently sent out a brochure from a program that my wife and I attended. It only took me 3 years to convince her to go. But it was a pretty good longevity center, and I've sent out this lifestyle of exercise and proper eating. You don't have to diet, you don't have to starve, because everyone to be happy, everyone to be healthy, and when you're healthy, good things come about. So that's going to be all coming out. And the second thing that will be a surprise to many of you tonight. Are you ready, Jennifer? Last year, we unveiled the Universe Living logo. Thank you, Stacy and Scott and everyone who contributed to the idea, to this beautiful logo that we spent hours and hours and days and months trying to come up with the right model. The new website, the beautiful videos on the properties. We said we're going to do it, we did it. So I figured that 2025, if interest rates don't come down, and all this fighting happens, and the government, they're talking about a government shutdown again now, because they can't get the budget together, whatever it is, because we have a huge deficit. If the rates don't come down, we might have another slow year. But hopefully they'll come down, we'll have a bigger year than we did this year, the past year. So we're going to be unveiling a new venture, which is extremely exciting, sort of correlated to our business, and in a sense not, and it will be this. The Manoucheri Media Company will be launched in early 2025. We're going to take out a couple of offices. In our office, we're going to create a sound studio, and we're going to be doing podcasts with very big business personalities, motivational speakers, important people, inspirational people. We want to expand that podcast from 1 to 2 in helping young people build careers and how to invest in real estate and do a lot of other things. This is really the model of the future. And this is what truly got Trump over the edge, because he listened to his son with all his podcasts. And this is a alternative to mainstream media, which has been sort of really corrupt in the last 4 or 5 years. But a lot of hundreds of millions of people go on these podcasts, and this is something we're going to be launching. And I want to thank my son, Yosef, who is part-time part of a Florida team, who's with my other sons in Miami. He called me today and said, Dad, you have to do this. This is going to be a smashing success. So soon we'll have products to sell on the Manoucheri Media platform. There'll be hats and t-shirts and jackets, and there'll be books. We're going to have seminars. We're going to have a website for this. We're going to have an app, and it's going to be very, very popular. And it's going to really help us in our business. Why? Who's going to tell me why it's going to help us? It's called branding, marketing. People are going to know who we are. A lot of people know who we are already, but it's going to be much, much bigger than it is today. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be out there big time. Millions of people will know our brand, and people will throw money at us to invest. And that's really something we're going to be doing with the Manoucheri Media. The name might change, but this is really the brainchild, and I'm very serious about launching it. So look forward to that. So hopefully when we stand here next time, we've already done how many podcasts? 229 of them for the company. So I practiced for 5 years. I think I'm ready. I want to talk about an experience that I had last night that was extremely humbling, and it was a tremendous life lesson. And I think a lot of you in this room can relate to this. I'm part of a study group in the mornings. I go to my synagogue, and we study tractates of the Talmud for a 7.5-year period, 2 pages a day. And when we finish one of these tractates, there's 36 of them. It takes 7.5 years to complete. It's 7 days a week. It's very regimented. A whole hour of study. So we finished this one tractate, and one of the guys who I pray with every morning, he sits next to me. A fairly simple, everyday guy. I've sat next to him now for like 34 years. He decided to host this event at his apartment last night. And he invited me over. He goes, Mr. Manoucheri, Henry, I love you. You have to be there. It means so much to me. I said, okay, I'm coming. So I went. I go to an apartment in Pico Robertson area, Paola, a building like Rexford on Sherwood Avenue. A simple Iranian guy from my community invites me to his apartment. I go to the apartment. The apartment is 40 years old. He raised 5 kids in this apartment. None of it is renovated. It's in the original condition. And the wife is in the kitchen. And she's cooking. And they're serving one stew after another rice, another dish, steak, chicken, fruit, ice cream, halwa, cake, tea, coffee. I'm like, what has this woman done? And I'm sitting in this little apartment. It's probably, the living room is half the size of my office. And I see his kids serving the meals. There's not even a waiter there. The meals are delicious. And there's such love, what can I do for you, etc. I came home that night. My wife was already asleep. Last night I got home like 9:30, and I sat in our beautiful house, and Gonzalo comes to the house all the time. And then, my wife Lisa maintains a fabulous home. And I said, wow, do I really appreciate what I have? Am I grateful for what we created and what God gave us? And you really lose sight of facts. Why? Because in our business, Noah and I, and some of our other capital raising teams, we go to a lot of fancy events around the country. We go to these conferences, some of these groups belong to our, billionaire family offices. We have to go there because we want to get money from them to invest in our deals. We go to these homes that are $30 million, $100 million, Florida and Miami on the water, Palm Beach, New York, high-rise condo, this, that. And every time I come home, I say, wow, look at my house. It's so little. Look at my backyard. So last time when I came back, It was a new perspective. I said, this house is unbelievable. It is absolutely gorgeous. It brought me back down to reality. And I think this is something that was so humbling for me, to really understand and appreciate all of you and all of us who work together, to be able to really count your blessings, to be able to appreciate our tenants, the way they live, our employees and the lives we live, and to really be thankful. I came here as an immigrant, as a kid from Iran at the age of 15. We had nothing. And this is what we built. And we're going to build more. We live the American dream. It can be done. So it was just so humbling. And this morning, when I went back to synagogue, they were selling these honorary things that I'm taking out of the Torah today. I bought him one of these things. And the guy came up, he sits next to me. He gives me a hug. Mr. Manoucheri came to my house last night. Such an honor. Wow, wow. I'm like, you're my newfound love. This is my world. This is so down to earth. It's so real. So I thought I'd share that with you. To give some perspective, to really count your blessings and don't take anything for granted. And basically, another experience I had this year, Lisa, my wife, thank God she's in business now, after raising 8 children in a successful way. When we started, it was just the 2 of us. She said it at a very, very brief introduction she gave. She made me sit down and write thank you notes to many of you. Many of you have received those thank you notes. She wrote a bunch of them, and I wrote a bunch of them. And every night, like a schoolboy, I was told, have you done your thank you notes? I'm like, come on, I'm tired, give me a break. No, go sit in the office, do your notes. So I said, I'll do it. I got upset one time, I yelled, I apologized. You don't want to get in trouble with your wife's bad idea. Especially when those strong ones. Woo, not a good idea. So I sat, and as I started writing these notes to a lot of you, I had another realization. You know what that realization was? I said, how blessed we are to have surrounded ourselves with such good people. Because I was able, for every thank you note I wrote to each and every one of you, I was able to come up with so many attributes that a lot of you have that I don't even have. And it made me appreciate how blessed we are to be surrounded by all of you. So I want to say that was another humbling experience.
Thank you, Andrew.
To continue on, these are the markets that in the last 30 years, I saw the vision, and we were the frontier investors in these markets when we made these great markets. We made Hollywood great by investing in Hollywood 30 years ago. We made the San Fernando Valley great by being there for 30 years. We made Inglewood great again. Wow! Look at that. We made Long Beach an early discovery, back to the great again.
It was a hat.
It was? Okay, La Mesa. Look at what a gold mine La Mesa became, in 20 years. Ventura. What an unbelievable portfolio. What an unbelievable group of people. The Inland Empire. If you went to the Inland Empire when we bought Acacia Park 23 years ago, you would run the other way. But I said this place is going to turn, and it was right. So now we've gone to Florida. We are investing overseas in Israel. We're doing some great things there. And now we're in New Jersey, and we're going to open other markets and new frontiers. And we're going to continue doing this over and over again. And this team that is in this room tonight, in the corporate office and in the properties, is by far the very best team, the very best administration that any CEO could dream of having. It took years to put this team together, really. And I said, we have, everyone who's here is a 9 or a 10. We will not, Renee, my dear, Renee, Jennifer, Scott, we will not settle for anything less. We want the best of the best. And to those 9s and 10s, we're going to turn you into 20s and 30s. Okay?
Thanks you, Henry.
Thank you. So, what are really our core values to speak about? I was listening to one of these podcasts that really inspired me to launch this, and the presenter said something really interesting. He said, if I have my team, can I count on you, Paola, or on you, Ilana, or on you, Ro, to be there for me when I need you? And can you guys, Nick and Carla and Frank and Art, can you count on me when you need me to be there? That's what it's about. Can we count on each other? Can we trust each other? Can we be there for each other when things are not easy? Can I go to Win and say, Win, wire $10 million? Maybe he'll send the wire to Thailand. I don't know. But, right? I wouldn't know the difference. But it comes with a gift that, you can rely on me, I can rely on you, and we can rely on each other. That's what makes our great team. And that's going to be our core value, to really rely on one another in this coming year. Hooray to everybody. And last but not least, I truly believe this in my heart. We went through a very tough 2023, a very difficult 2024. Not that it was a roaring stock market that doesn't do much for our business, but because of high interest rates and so much economic uncertainty and political uncertainty. But I think the next 4 years are going to be absolutely spectacular. I think I'm extremely optimistic, and we have given out and will continue to give special bonuses. It's called the Future is Bright bonus. It has become a reality. And we really think that, America has a lot of good to see. I think inflation is going to come down. Interest rates will come down by the middle of next year. We're going to bring down the deficits. We're going to bring down the crazy government spending. And the world, hopefully, will be a calmer place. Last year in Ukraine, over 1 million people between the wars of Russia and Ukraine died. And, in Israel, which causes very dear to our heart, thousands of people have died. And there's been so much destruction done. So we hope that 2025, 26, 27, 28 will be years of peace and prosperity. And may God bless the United States of America. May God bless Universe Holdings and Universe Living and each and every one of you. Let's have a great 2025.